Now we're going to talk about sound. Sound is crucial if you're going to video record anyone. It's almost more important to me to hear someone than it is to see someone. If you're going to use a smartphone or an iPad or a tablet or a camcorder, they have some sound capturing capability. Camcorders have much more than a smartphone or a tablet because it's meant to capture sound. But a smartphone or a tablet might have, it could be this hole, it could be this hole. There's like 9 different holes on my phone that I don't know what they are. I personally happen to know that my phone is a V20, it's a LG, it's fairly new. No, it's pretty new, but it actually has a multi-channel mic, which is not common at all for a smartphone. So whereas most phones have 1 or 2 slots for mics, my phone has several at the bottom, and it has multiple channels. I can see the frequency. It has some pretty advanced videography functionality. And that's one of the reasons that I got it. I also got it because I'm a gadget person and it's got a lot of cool gadgets on it, and I want to have the latest phone every time the latest phone comes out. It's a whole different problem, whole different conversation. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to make sound not a problem, how to eliminate all of the issues that are most common so you can actually have a great sound experience. If you are using a smartphone or a tablet, you should not have to worry about the angle of the phone to capture the best sound, or where are other sounds coming in. If you have a high ceiling, you can have an echo. If you have too many windows, you can have an echo. There's all these variables that are like, you shouldn't even have to worry about. And we can eliminate a majority of them with something that's very simple called a lavalier mic. And this is a lavalier microphone. There are 2 companies that I use most frequently that are reasonably priced. There are many, many audio companies. So if you have someone that you love and you've used their mics before and you want to buy them, then buy them. But these are reliable and inexpensive and will work. A lavalier mic is the same mic that I'm using, which is a microphone. This foam part right here, I don't know if you can see because I have black on. This is a microphone, and this foam part at the top is actually to reduce wind noise. I call it my mic afro. You don't have to have a mic afro. I'm not using one, but I'm not out in the wind, so I kind of don't need one. Some of them, so this is a Rode. It's R-O-D-E. Rode has really good mics. I like the Rode lavalier mic. This is one that's for a smartphone. So it's called SmartLav Plus. I think SmartLav Plus is the latest one. I think SmartLav was the first one. I don't know what the difference is. It's probably not that major and not that serious, but check, because it might be. I don't know. But what I like about Rode is it doesn't require a battery. Most of them come with a 30-foot long lead. So you can be 30 feet away from your smartphone and still connect to this. You have to get a lavalier mic that is specifically used for smartphones. It will say used for iPads and iPods, or iPads, iPhones, probably not iPods. And you want to make sure that it is designed for smartphones. The SmartLav from Rode, you can only use with a smartphone. You can't use this mic. Well, you might be able to. They make you believe that you can't use this mic with a camera, which would be a DSLR camera or a camcorder. So in this case, if I bought this and I'm only going to use my smartphone, then I'm good. I'm done. The thing that I don't like about it, 30 feet, it's a given. You have to do it. The one thing that I don't really care for that much is the clip. With the clip, you know, the clip's not bad. I take that back. I don't dislike the clip. It has this thing on the end right here that looks like, you see it, it looks like a little flower, like a little metal flower. That actually holds the mic, and it holds the string for the mic. Don't worry about me not doing this right. There's instructions that probably do it way better than I am. And you only have one way to put the clip on. So if you're clipping it onto your shirt, the mic, for it to be sticking out, could only go on this side because that's where the clip is. If I try to put it on this side, it's gonna brush against me, and it's gonna be under my shirt, and you'll hear my clothes rub against it, and I can't really move because it's gonna be like, it's gonna sound like this. So that's not awesome. I don't like that about the Rode. I have to go one angle or one way. I can trick it by not listening to the directions and just putting the mic in the opposite way. So I actually did that wrong. I put it in the same exact way, but you know what I'm saying? You kind of do it this way and you run the mic up instead of running it the same way twice. So I can trick it and I can make it work. What I also like about the Rode is I don't need a battery. So this uses phantom power. It gets power from my phone to power the mic. I don't have to worry about a battery. I don't have to mess with the battery. So that is super awesome. That is the Rode SmartLav. Rode SmartLav, no model number, just SmartLav Plus. Works with smartphones, microphone for portable smartphones, iPads, iPhones, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Rode. Oh, and Rode comes with this fancy little bag, which is good to keep your clip and the whole thing in it. No bag with this one. This is Audio-Technica, and this model is ATR 33501S. You do not need to write that down. I will put it below this video. You can use this with a camera and a camcorder and with a smartphone. You can, because it basically gives you a regular lavalier mic and it gives you an adapter. If you're using it with the camera and the camcorder, you just use this part. If you're going to use it with the smartphone, then you use this part to go directly into the smartphone. I'll show you how to use it. So this is what comes in the box. This is your power. This is what I don't like. It's a little bit heavier because you have this box. You unscrew it, literally, and then you have a battery right here. There's no on-off light. There is an on-off button, so right now it's off. But if I've left so many mics on and don't realize it, and then I go to shoot and my mic is dead because my battery is dead. This is another reason why it's important to do a sound check. Because if I know this mic requires a battery and requires power, there's no way for me to check to see if the battery's low or if the battery's even working. The only way for me to check is to do a mic check and to tap my mic, or to tap my mic and to make sure it works. What I do like about the Audio-Technica is the flexibility with the clip. I can make this clip a left clip or a right clip because I have the choice. I can just flip it over, 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 and then I can have it go on whatever side of my lapel or my shirt that I want it to. What I also like is a little afro. You get an afro. Like I can take it off or take it on. If I'm not going to be outside, I don't need the wind noise blocker, the wind afro. So I like that about the Audio-Technica. I also like the fact that I don't have to buy a separate lavalier mic for my camera or my camcorder and a separate lavalier mic for my smartphone. If I'm going to make this smartphone ready, you have this adapter box from Audio-Technica, and you're actually going to put it in the microphone jack. So I would plug this plug into the microphone jack, and that goes into my phone. And then this is my mic that I would talk through. So they're both great, they're both stable, they both work fine. If you're gonna use a smartphone, this is the easiest one. You just have to mess with the lapel clip holder thing. It's kind of like a puzzle. Like it's one of those things that you look at and you're like, okay, that makes sense. And then you put it in, you're like, crap, that didn't work. And you take it out and you're like, okay, if I do it this way and back, just clip it and figure out how you need to get the mic on and put the mic in there and you're done. No battery, I like that. This is a little bit more expensive than the Audio-Technica. The Audio-Technica, I think the last time I looked, the SmartLav was like 50 bucks. This is, I think, 30. So it's really up to you. I mean, you got to make sure that you watch the battery if you're using this one. This also has a clip for the battery, so if you are walking around, I will show you at the bottom of this video, or I'll add another video of a video that I shot with this mic clipped into my pants. I did a sound check while the mic was not clipped, just stupid, and then I clipped it and didn't do another sound check. And after we shot the video, it wasn't long, but I had to reshoot it because after we shot the video, this cord was pinched somewhere. So I must have pinched it when I clipped it on, and I didn't know. So I heard just like crackling, crackling, crackling. And it's really important that you do a sound check, because if you don't do a sound check and you shoot this amazing video and nobody can hear it, it sucks, like bad. And there are certain things that you can't edit out. You can't edit an echo. It's almost impossible. You can add an echo, but you can't edit out an echo. You can't edit out crackling. If something is crackling while I'm talking, I can isolate the crackle when I edit, but removing that crackle sound also removes tonality in my voice, also makes me sound kind of robot-y, because I'm using like a robot. I don't think robot-y is a word. Makes me sound like a robot because I'm taking that sound out anytime that crackle happens, and it's just weird. It's like Max Headroom, for everybody that's young, doesn't know who that is, he was weird. He was cool, but he was weird. Another thing that you can't fix with sound, you can fix things that are constant. If there's background noise that's constant, like a hum, and it's like the whole time, you can take that hum out the entire time and everybody's voice is fine. But if the hum is like you got to redo it. So it's so important to check your sound. It'll make or break the video, and some of the sound can't be fixed. And if you can't fix it, you have to just live through the annoying crackle or the annoying sounds, whatever's happening, or you have to reshoot. And depending on the circumstance, and depending on whether or not the person is available to shoot, or the person is accessible, or the person has the same mental faculties that they had when you did the shoot, you might not be able to get that again. So just double check, take 30 seconds to check the sound. When you do a sound check, I want you to make sure that you don't replay it in the device. If you are doing video from your phone, you plug the mic up and you say sound check, 1, 2, 3, sound check. I want you to say something, but I also want you to tap it, because this is something that the camera, the phone, that the microphone on the mic wouldn't pick up. It's not going to hear me tap. You can also blow, but you gotta like lean down and blow, and supposed to do that. So once you do that, you have to stop the video, take the video off of the phone, and listen to it in your computer. Do not listen to it on the phone. Do not listen to it on the camcorder. Listen to it on your computer. Because sometimes we'll replay things back on our phone and you're like, oh, that sounds great. And then you get on your computer and you're like, I only hear something in the left side. You can't hear between the left and the right. You can if you put headphones in. Sometimes it sounds okay and it's really not. So I want you to take the time to get whatever that sound check was off of your phone, your camcorder, your SD card, and get it either online to Google Photos or get it on your computer and listen to it in your computer. If it sounds okay, then you're set. You're set for that sitting. You're set for that moment. If you take a break and you go to lunch and you come back and you have to put the mic back on and you have to plug the mic back in, you need to do another sound check. And I know everything might look exactly the same, but you might not have the mic pushed all the way into the phone. You thought you did, but you didn't. Maybe your case is on your phone and it's preventing it from going all the way in, so it's not recording through the mic. Maybe your battery is dead because you left for lunch and left your microphone on. So any break that you take, anytime that you take a mic off, you move, you add somebody to the mix, you change and interview another person, do another sound check. It'll take you 30 seconds, if that, to just check, sound check, 1, 2, 3, and say mic, test, 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 tap, 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 whatever, and just make sure it works. And that's it. This will save you so much heartache and hassle and annoyingness that if you see something and it's like crackle. Same thing, we had the same thing. We did a shoot and it was the chair. And it was a really high-pitched squeak that we didn't hear. Because if I would have heard it, we would have been like, we got to change chairs. But we didn't even hear it. But when we played the video back, it was like every 2 seconds, squeak, squeak. And you see the person, you're listening to this person, and you're all into the story, not even hearing the squeak. Super annoying. That we could have just, had we done a sound check and had him move around? I mean, we didn't know who he was going to be going like this. We just did another one. And the guy was mic'd up. Where's my cord? I'm sitting on it. Really? I'm like really sitting on it. Hopefully mine sounds okay. And he was like this. I don't hear anything. When I'm watching, I don't hear anything at all. But when we got the video, you hear like the cables are making a sound in the mic. So we have to try and edit that. That was a 2-hour shoot and hopefully we can get that sound out. I don't know. But so that's another thing. If you have somebody that's fidgety, tuck the mic in their shirt, because when you put this on, I can leave it out. Let me just put another mic on. If I put this on, pretend this is a mic, and I leave it out, and I'm really fidgety. We had one person, we took away their wheelie chair, so they had to sit in a stable chair, and before they were going like this, like back and forth, and like my daughter rocks back in her chair constantly, and I swear her legs are gonna like crumble underneath her and the chair is gonna fall, and it's probably gonna be really funny, but as long as she's okay, then I'll laugh. But if once we took the wheelie chair away, he started messing with the mic cable. I could have fixed that by just running it through his shirt. And that was one less thing he would have had as a distraction. But it affected the sound because he was messing with the cable. And it's a line. It's a line that's getting the sound from his mouth to the camera. So we'll see. Sound can be a challenge. And when we talk about editing, I outsource a lot of my editing through a site called Fiverr. Fiverr, and it just saves time. I mean, editing takes a little bit of time. It's not super technical, but it's not super fun either. Some people love it. Some people love shooting and hate editing, and some people could never shoot another day in their life and be happy, but could edit every day and be fine. So it's really just a matter of trying to eliminate as much as possible. Because if you shoot these videos and it's these people and their stories and their lives, there's nothing to edit. Everything else that happens in between that's human and happens, it happens. And I leave it in there. I could edit out my bloopers, but I don't, because they make me human, and it reminds me pretty much on an hourly basis that I need to get better. But for you, it shows that you can have these things in there, and it can be funny, and it can be embarrassing, and they can be nonsensical words, and I will not know it's not a word. But that's just kind of me. So spend some time with your sound. Test your sound, play with your sound. If you need to, write little Post-it notes, draw it out, and say this side goes in this side. You can draw it pink, you can color it blue, whatever you need to do to make it easy and fast for the other person and non-painful, but just do a sound check every single time. I beg of you, sound check. I wanted to say, my mic sounds nice, check one, but I don't think people know that song. I never thought that my songs were going to date me. I don't know, guess they do, huh? Maybe I should be recording my own legacy. That's depressing. Sick. Okay. If you have any questions about sound, if you're hearing sound, you can probably Google the problem. You don't need to Google the mic. You don't need to Google the type of camera. You don't need to Google the type of phone. You just need to Google the problem. What's happening? Lavalier mic hum sound on smartphone. Lavalier mic not picking up on smartphone. Most likely, there will be a 7-year-old on YouTube that can tell you how to fix it, and you'll be done. You'll figure it out in probably under 2 minutes. But if you don't want to do that, or you can't find the answer, then I will be more than happy to help, and someone will figure it out. We'll try and see if we can help. Okay? God, the sound took so much longer than I thought. I'm sorry. I really tried to do short sessions, but just ramble and ramble and ramble, but it's all so very important. Okay? Awesome. Sound is done.